So today we are going to discuss noise in AM receivers. Normally the question asked in the VTU exam is like this: obtain an expression for the figure of merit of AM receivers using envelope detector. So envelope detector is the normal detection technique we are adopting or learned in AM. So like that, so these discussions, the noise in DSBSC, AM and FM, the receiving techniques are going to be different utilized in the receiver part. And a derivation of figure of merit. So one question on any one of these three cases is fixed in VTU exam. So I suggest you to practice these things along with the neat block diagrams. So let us begin with the message signal M of t with the average power P. So the average power P will be, that is E of M square of t, the expectancy of the square of a message signal. So message signal, we know that it is AM sine 2 pi fmt. So if you take the expectancy, means the magnitude of this one will be, magnitude means we are considering only the value of this term, that is AM square by 2 we are getting. Similarly, for the high frequency carrier signal, AC cos 2 phi FCT, with this carrier signal, the AM signal is given by AC 1 plus KAM of t cos 2 phi FCT. So we are initiating the derivation with the message signals average power and AM amplitude modulated signal with the AC cos of a FCT carrier signal. This is the typical block diagram for obtaining a discussion of noise in AM receivers. Amplitude modulated signal S of t will be given as input, one of the input to this summation. Wideband noise signal W of t will be added here. So consider a noise in AM receiver using envelope detection. So after the bandpass filter, you can see we are adopting or using envelope detector in case of AM. Its typical circuit just has been shown here, a diode with RC filter circuit. That is, it is going to help us to identify or detect the amplitude modulated envelope. So to determine the channel SNR, so typically in order to find out the figure of merit, we need two things here. One is SNRC and another one is an SNRO, output SNR. One is channel SNR, another one is output SNR. So we'll begin with to determination of channel SNR here. So let us consider AM signal that is given by AC K1 plus KM of t cos of FCT. So determine SNRC, will begin with this one, and we have to find the average power of this modulated signal, that is expectancy of S square of t. So S of t you can substitute here, it's a very simple thing, AC into bracket 1 plus Km of t cos of FCT, take the whole square of this one. So what you will get, AC whole square means AC square, and this term 1 plus k m of t also becomes square. Sorry, and cos 2 pi fct square also will get it as cos square 2 pi fct. So here further if you manipulate here, e 1 plus km of t whole square, expectancy of this 1 plus km of t square you will take. Another one will take the expectancy of AC cos 2 pi fct square will take. We are going to combine this AC, the amplitude of the carrier, with the cos 2 pi fct. So if you resolve this one, we are getting this as expectancy of 1 plus k m of t square means it is 1 a plus b whole square. Means a square plus b square plus 2ab. So expand that one inside the bracket 1 plus ka square m square of t plus 2ab, that is a 2 into 1 into k m of t. Similarly, expectancy of AC cos 2 phi fct square will get it as simply s square by 2. So if you take the expectancy of one is 1 only, then expectancy of k square m square of t will become ka square sorry plus expectancy of 2k m of t will be keeping as it is outside the bracket s square by 2. So here it is written the reason. So m of t is a pure AC cosine signal, so its expectancy is going to be 0. So therefore, so we are getting just as expectancy of k square, that is a constant, we will be keeping it outside. Expectancy of m square of t, already we did that one. The expectancy of m square, sorry, here am square by 2, that we can substitute here, that is a p average power here. But this expectancy of m of t, expectancy of m square of t is a average power, but expectancy of m of t, expectancy of m of t means what? Average power of m of t. Average power of any pure AC cosine or sine signal will get it as 0 only. Why? Because it will be containing symmetrical positive and negative parts. Positive become negative parts. They will be got added and subtracted. We will get it as 0 only. Average power 0 only. So therefore, expectancy of m of t, or in other words, average power of the m of t is going to be 0 only. But it is a square version. Expectancy of m square of t is not going to be 0. That already we assume it is going to be p only, average power p, that is m square by 2. So finally what we are getting, average power of the s of t, that is 1 plus k square p into s square by 2 we are getting. We call this as equation number 2. We started with the am signal s of t, and we are going to trying to find out average power of s of t by squaring it and taking its expectancy. Then go on substituting the things, expanding the things, applying a plus b whole square. Finally, we are arriving at equation number 2 as average power of the s of t. Now this average power of the noise in the message bandwidth is given by n naught into w, where w is the bandwidth of, that is a band limited signal m of t. So channel signal to noise ratio, that is SNRC, now it is given by, that is average power of the modulated signal that we got in equation number 2 divided by the average power of the noise in message bandwidth signal, that is n naught into w. So call this as equation number A, that we got it as a channel SNR. So next we have to determine the output signal to noise ratio. So here we have to take input as x of t, that is s of t, and n of t, that is filtered noise signal. Till now we got channel SNRC with the wideband noise, that is W of t. Now we are going to find out SNRO, that is output SNRO, based on the filtered noise, that is output of the band pass filter, that is x of t here. So we are going to start with the output of the band pass filter as input now, that is s of t plus the filtered noise n of t. So here n of t indicates a narrow band noise. So SNRC we are going to derive based on the wideband noise W of t, and SNRO we are going to derive based on the narrow band noise, that is a filtered noise, as the output of the band pass filter. So as it is the output of the band pass filter will contain two terms here, in phase noise and quadrature noise. It will contain two terms here. So quadrature noise javalo negative irtade. Now to substitute, we will make these two equations here, substitute here. So let us see what you will get here. So equation number 3 will get modified here. So s of t you can substitute, it is c into bracket 1 plus k m of t cos 2 pi fct. That is the expression we are writing for am signal. Okay. Similarly, for n of t, you got it as two terms are there in phase and quadrature terms are there. You can substitute here. Now, if you combine these things, what a new expression you are getting for x of t, AC, so AC terms ಅನ್ನೋದಾವು ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋರಿ. So AC terms ಒಳಗಡೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋರಿ. AC plus AC km of t cos 2 f c t, keep it as it is. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಆ term as it is ಇರ್ತದೆ. The next step you can see x of t equal to AC plus AC km of t plus n of t. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಒಂದೇ ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ. ಐಡಿಯಾ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ತರ. ಸೊ ನೌ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೈನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಫೇಸರ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳತ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಫೇಸರ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ವಲಪ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಕಾಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಅದೇ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಕಾಸದ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಏನೈತೆ ಅದರ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್, ಸೈನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಏನೈತೆ ಅದರ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್. ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎನ್ವಲಪ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ y of t. Same thing, now we are going to express that envelope as the hypotenuse. Adjacent and these two sides are given by the respective the cosine and sine terms. Getting this one? The cosine term will be given by the adjacent side, and the sine term is going to make up the opposite side. Hello? Okay. Envelope is going to give you the hypotenuse, cosine is going to give you the base, and opposite side is going to give you the sine term. Sine term then n q of t irthathal, that will become opposite side. Base side is given by the cosine term, and if you take the square root of the sum of squares of each of these terms, will get its envelope, that is hypotenuse. So equation 6 gives you the output of an ideal envelope detector. So let us assume that the signal is much larger than the noise. That's what practically we are expecting. We are expecting that the signal is large, what we are guessing to extract at the receiver side, at the envelope detector side, compared to the noise. So therefore, what we can assume with this condition, square root of a square plus b square approximately will become equal to a, because we are assuming signal A is very much larger than noise B. So you can see here, so this is signal A compared to noise, that is ni of t, that is B, that is small. So this term is going to be smaller. So this is the DC component, this one is the signal component, that what we are expecting to extract. So this DC component can be removed by using capacitor, as shown in the figure here. Envelope detector ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು capacitor RC filter ಒಳಗೆ capacitor ಇರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ DC component remove ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. So only we are able to get at the envelope detector output only this message signal. So demodulated AC km of t will get along with the output noise. Now average power of the demodulated signal is given by AC square K square into P, because expectancy of m square of t, what we assumed, average power P. Average power of the output noise E n I square of t is given by n naught into BT, that is a band limited signal, that is 2 times n naught of W will get, because the bandwidth is going to be 2W for AM. So therefore the output signal to noise ratio is given by the ratio of these two. Call this as equation number B. So therefore we'll get finally the figure of merit for the AM receiver as SNR naught by SNRC. Substitute these things. If you substitute these things and simplify it, we'll get it as equation number D. So finally we are arriving. So this is the figure of merit, equation number D, the standard equation, figure of merit for your AM, noise in AM receivers. So average power of the modulated wave m of t is given by m square by 2. So substituting this one, P P in equation number D. P substitute ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. Further simplify this one with the modulation index of AM, that is K into AM. So now we are getting this figure of merit. D will give the figure of merit expression in terms of the average power and K, amplitude sensitivity factor. Now we are going to get the figure of merit only in terms of the modulation index, that is mu square by 2 plus mu square. So this is the final equation what we are arriving for FO figure of merit for AM receiver. So you should be, so in the examination how is asking, you can read the question carefully. So whether he is asking you the figure of merit in terms of the average power or modulation index. So this is the standard way of deriving the equation. The standard way of deriving the figure of merit expression in terms of the modulation index. So this is the noise in AM receiver, how we are going to get the expression for the figure of merit as far as the noise is concerned in case of AM receiver. Next, we can continue our discussion with the noise in FM receiver. So normally the question which has been asked is to prove that the figure of merit of single tone. So here you can see single tone we are using. Single tone frequency modulated signal is 1.5 times beta square. Beta is a modulation index in FM. So for this one, the block diagram is like this one. The input is FM signal, frequency modulated signal S of t, combined with initially the wide band noise W of t, which is acting like an input to the band pass filter. Later its output we are getting it as S of t plus narrow band noise, that is N of t, filtered noise will be getting. So this X of t now will be applied as input to the frequency discriminator, that is one of the technique of FM demodulation or detection, and at the output we are getting the Y of t, the required expected message signal we are getting. So let us continue. So this first block diagram you have to put and explain about these blocks briefly in 4 to 5 sentences. Then you can start the derivation. Simply whenever derivation is asked, don't simply keep the equations or some simple block diagram. Block diagram first ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ brief ಆಗಿ ನೀವು 4 to 5 sentence ಒಳಗೆ explain ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Then we can start the derivation. The single tone frequency modulated wave S of t is given by, this is the standard equation for the FM, that is AC cos 2 pi XCT plus 2 pi KF integral M of t dt. So here M of t is a message signal with the phase phi of t, that is 2 pi KF integral 0 to t M of t dt. This will indicate the phase here, this term. So we are expressing the same thing again, the FM, the frequency modulated signal in terms of the phase pi. Now again, once again, the derivation will consist of two parts, SNRC and SNRO. The first step is to find out the channel signal to noise ratio. We'll begin with these two signals, FM signal S of t and wideband noise W of t. So S of t, it is given AC cos 2 pi FCT plus pi of t. So average power of the modulated signal will assume it as AC square by 2. And average power of the noise in message bandwidth is going to be N0 into W. So you can substitute the things here to get the channel signal to noise ratio. That is this divided by this one, that is AC square by 2 N0 W. Call this as equation number A. So this is channel signal to noise ratio. Next, we have to determine the output signal to noise ratio. So for that, the input is going to be X of t, that is a combination of S of t plus filtered noise signal, that is a narrow band noise. Now the output SNR analysis, here will let us express N of t, that is a narrow band noise, in terms of magnitude R of t and phase psi of t given by the equation. So instead of expressing the phasor diagram NIT and Q like that, now we'll take the magnitude and phase directly. NIFT will become the magnitude here NI of t and NQ of t, and the hypotenuse will be represented by the magnitude of these NI t and NQ of t. So this is the polar form representation of phasor diagram for your polar form representation of the phasor diagram in case of this FM receiver, where R of t is going to be the magnitude and psi of t simply it will be indicating the phase like this. This already we know this. So now finally we are expressing N of t, that is a filtered noise, narrowband noise, in the polar form like this. So let us continue that one. So let us continuing the discussion to find out the SNRO. Now what you have to do, you can substitute for S of t, that is AC cos of FCT plus pi of t, plus N of t, what you got, that is R of t cos 2 pi FCT plus psi of t. Now you can see these two terms are going to be similar here. The relative phase pi of t, that theta of t can be expressed as the sum of these two, that is a pi of t plus n pi of t by AC. You can expand this one, where n pi of t is nothing but R of t sine psi of t. That is equation number 8. Now with the ideal phase discriminator, hope you are getting this one, theta of t, we are taking it as summation of pi of t, this one, plus this is the nq of t, that is a quadrature term divided by AC, where nq of t is the R of t into sine psi of t. So now with the ideal phase discriminator, the output y of t is proportional to the phase deviation d theta of t by dt. So the output signal is given by 1 by 2 pi d theta of t by dt. So these are some intermediate steps are not required. Directly you can just remember the things and directly you can use them. You can just code them in your derivation. So by using this equation number 7, 8 and 9, finally we are arriving, that is 1 by 2 pi d by dt. So we can substitute for this theta of t, that is a pi of t plus nq of t by AC. Differentiating it for the timing with respect to time, that is a pi of t, you can substitute here 2 pi kf integral m of t plus n pi of t by AC. So if you integrate, so differentiate this one with respect to t, so what you are getting, so this 2 pi and this 2 pi will get cancelled. So you will be getting only integration and differential will get cancelled, left with only m of t, that is the demodulated signal. So here also 1 by 2 pi AC is a constant till it outside. So again here no integration is there, so you will be getting only this term d by dt with respect to nq of t, that is the output noise. Average power of the demodulated output signal is given by kf square into p, where p is the average power of the message signal, that is m square by 2. Similarly, average power of the output noise, that is given by a naught square by AC square integral from minus to plus W band limited signal S square EF. Because that is output noise, we are going to do it with respect to frequency. So integral of F square is F cube by 3 with the limitation of minus W to plus W. So we are getting finally this average output power for the noise as 2 N naught W cube divided by 3 AC square. So finally, if we substitute the things for the output signal to noise ratio as kf square into p, that is average power of a demodulated output signal divided by average power of the output noise, this one. So we will arrive at equation number B, that is SNR naught. So in this way, we are getting separately the expressions for SNRC and SNR naught for FM receiver. So finally, we'll take the ratio of these two to get the figure of merit here. You can substitute the things here. You are getting the equation number D. Again, we will make some condition application here. We are going to make substitution for P here. So this figure of merit, we got expression in terms of the average power of message signal. Now we'll try to make substitution for P. Then we'll get figure of merit in terms of the amplitude of the modulating signal. Because we need to get, we have to prove that in terms of beta, the ambient modulation index of the FM. So that's why we are going further here. So what we are getting, kf into am by w whole square you are getting. So here we will make a substitution for delta f by fm as kf into am by w as a beta. We can replace this kf into am by w by beta. So we'll get it as 3 by 2 beta square. That is 1.5 times beta square, subject to this condition. So this is how, guys, we are going to arrive at a figure of merit expression for the noise in FM receiver. So these are the three main important derivations we completed: the noise in DSP-SC, AM, and FM. So some intermediate results, you remember them, which are acting like standard equations, quite useful in solving the problems. So like now you can see, you can take up here one simple problem. An AM receiver operating with a sinusoidal wave of 80% modulation has output signal to noise ratio of 30 dB. So you can note down here the given data. SNR naught is given, that is a 30 dB. The modulation index is given, that is a 0.8, 80% means 0.8. So he is asking you to calculate the corresponding signal to noise ratio and prove the formula used. So the derivation of formula already, the same thing, you can repeat that at the end of the problem. But just now you can see how what is asking. Channel signal to noise ratio is asking, SNRC. So we know the relationship between figure of merit SNR naught and SNRC. So first we have to find out figure of merit here based on the given modulation index. So we can substitute the modulation index, that is figure of merit equal to mu square 2 plus mu square, that is 0.8 square by 2 plus 0.8 square. We will get the figure of merit as 0.2424. Now that we can utilize here. So make a substitution for figure of merit. That is equal to SNR naught by SNRC. Only unknown is going to be SNRC will be there. So make a substitution. Finally, you are getting SNRC is 1.15 decibels. Similarly, next problem, the average noise per unit bandwidth measured Hello? Okay. In this problem, the average noise per unit bandwidth measured at the front end of AM receiver is 1 milliwatt per hertz. Means for every 1 hertz, 1 milliwatt power will be transmitted. The modulating wave is sinusoidal with carrier power of 80 kilowatt and sideband power 10 kilowatt per sideband. The message bandwidth is 4 kilowatts. So we can note down the given things here. The N naught that is given is 1 milliwatt per hertz. The carrier power we can calculate by using this one, AC by 2. You can make substitution here. You will get the carrier amplitude, that is a 400 volt. Similarly, the sideband power PS is given by the formula AC square mu square by 2. From this we will get the modulation index as 0.7. So these are the things we can make out from the given data. Message bandwidth is W, that is 4 kilowatts is given. So by this given data, we can get the SNR, that is AC square mu square by 2 N naught W as a 5000. So from this one, you can get the figure of merit, that is mu square by 2 plus mu square as a 0.2. This is a very simple problem, has been asked many times in the VT question paper. Next one is the third problem, that is a very simple one. Find the figure of merit of AM receiver when the depth of modulation index is 100%. Simply you can go on substituting in each case the modulation index. 100% means 1, mu is 1. You can substitute, you will get the figure of merit as 0.33. If the modulation index is 50% means 0.5. Make a substitution here in a figure of merit formula, that is mu square by 2 plus mu square. That is 0.5 square by 2 plus 0.5 square. We will get it as 0.11. So one observation, the strong observation, what we are making. Of course, the problem is very simple. At the end of the problem, he has asked that are not quoted here. He is asking you to draw or justify the inference what you are drawing here. Means how the modulation index go happening here. Modulation indexes go on decreasing, but the figure of merit, what it is happening, it is also decreasing. Means figure of merit and modulation index are directly proportional. That's what we can draw the inference. So the next one, another problem is an AM FM signal. An FM signal with maximum frequency deviation 75 kilohertz, that is delta phase given, is applied to an FM demodulator. When input channel SNR is 15 dB, that is SNRC is given, that is 15 dB, and the modulating frequency is 10 kilohertz, means FM is given, that is W, that is 10 kilohertz. Estimate FM and SNR not. So figure of merit is given. We know the relationship between the figure of merit and the beta square, that is 1.5 beta square, and we also know the formula for beta, that is delta FM. So by all these things we can get the beta value and the FOM value. Hello? Am I audible? Okay. So the solution is shown here, the very simple problem. You can go through this one. So to find the output SNR not, that will take some time here. Once you get FOM, so SNRC is given, from that you will get to get the SNRC in terms of decibels like this. Decibel or direct quadrangular, you can get it. So FM you can have here. You make the substitution, from that you will get the SNRC. Another problem, an FM receiver receives FM signal, that is a 10 cos 2 pi 10 to the power of tt plus 6 sin 2 pi 10 to the power of 3. Some equation is given here. Calculate the figure of merit for this receiver. So from the given standard equation, you have to get the modulation index here. So once you get the modulation index, you will get the figure of merit. That is very simple problem. So still many things are given, many problems are there. You can refer to the notes, study material. So in the next class, we are going to discuss the remaining